compatriots in Iraq. It is at the same time a sad moment that this annual meeting is once again necessary due to the intransigence, rudeness, complicity and neglect of all those that play an active role or should play much more than a passive role to make change happen. This is what all of us here want, to make change happen, and this is what we will continue to bring together here in Paris as long as it will take every year. Of course, we acknowledge that many more people are losing everything in the ongoing chaos and anarchy that have dissolved order and borders from Baghdad to Damascus and beyond. Yet it is mind-blowing that amidst this big violence, even the tiniest opportunities to provoke individuals are not being missed. And that was the crime of the missile attack last week. It was a heinous crime and it should be condemned by the international community. Fortunately, over the past year, we have seen that some of the Camp Liberty residents, for some of them it has been possible to leave their plight behind and to find a home in that country that truly deserves respect and gratitude for providing hospitality, Albania. Albania that offers a shining example of a welcoming attitude in an era that in many parts of the world, refugees are not longer considered, receiving refugees is not longer considered a moral imperative and a legal obligation. I would like to congratulate the government of Albania and the Albanian people for showing the way. Unfortunately, we know that this fight for justice for all will go on until the very last moment and the very last persons that find themselves still imprisoned in this place with a misguided name, liberty. We know that there is still an unforgiving sense of revenge that puts the life and property of the still remaining residents at the highest possible risk. And we wonder why the international community does not want to act more forcefully, more credibly, and more effectively, asking ourselves and everyone with a sense of responsibility how on earth it has been possible over the past years that Baghdad airport resumed its normal functions with a humanitarian disaster on its doorstep. Everybody flying over, hardly anyone stopping by. This cannot and should not continue. As a former UN Special Representative of the Secretary General, I do know how the UN gets often squeezed between antagonistic forces and interests. However, when elementary human rights are being violated under the eyes of those that have a responsibility to protect, we do not expect the UN to merely assume a broker's role. Then it is time to enforce authority and for the Secretary General to show personal engagement and to convene all parties involved for ensuring lasting guarantees with regard to life, property, and eventual right for all to be able to live unharmed and to find safe asylum. It is high time for an assertive stand in line with the admirable work of so many UN staff that are tirelessly trying to alleviate the suffering of millions of Iraqis and Syrians that have become the victims of the insane geopolitical competition for domination in the region. This is, dear friends, this is why we urge today, once more, with a voice of reason stronger than ever, that a peaceful future for the Camp Liberty residents will be warranted as part of a renewed global effort to let reconciliation overtake adversity and destruction. Let the clouds of power game calculation be overtaken by the sun of human rights principles. Let our call today in Paris be heard and heeded. Thank you.